Cheers! Welcome back to Bali. I am ready early for once, so I thought I'd finally film like my little Q&A. I literally always get messages on Instagram and TikTok like, how did you move to Bali, what visa did you get, loads of Bali stuff. So I thought I put a little question box on my Instagram and TikTok the other day, and yeah, I thought I'd just answer them all. Some are a bit more personal and some are like very Bali general, so if you're traveling to Bali soon or you're just nosy, then keep watching. As of like 2 weeks ago, Bali has been shut for 2 whole years now and they're finally open. So one of the main questions that I get is, what visa can you get coming into Bali now? So you can fly directly into Bali internationally now, and you can get what's called a visa on arrival. I'll know more about this next week because someone I know is moving to Bali with me for 2 months. So yeah, we'll know more about the process next week. But it's $35, so that's about £25 for 30 days, and then you can extend it for another 30, but like, you can't stay any longer than that. And I think the extension's about £30. So yeah, you can stay up for 2 months, or there is more long-term visas that you can do as well, but I'd go for an agent for those, which is what we did. We did a business visa, and now we're going on to a KITAS. So yeah, go through an agent if you're looking to stay longer term. But the visa on arrival is what anyone can do now. I think you do have to be fully vaccinated. I'm not sure about a booster, but yeah, that's how you can get into Bali at the minute. Where are the hotspots, things to know before going to Bali? So I'd say the thing to know before coming to Bali is that everyone lives in Canggu, so that's where all the expats and the foreigners live. So that is where it's busiest at the minute, like all the bars, clubs, restaurants, like general day-to-day things to do are. But obviously, like, Canggu's not the prettiest place in Bali, so you won't get the whole Bali experience going to Canggu, but it's a nice place to come like in your first few days and just go out and have a good time. So yeah, and especially with COVID, everywhere else is a bit quieter, which is really good because you get like not the whole touristy experience, it's not packed. But yeah, if you're looking for something a bit more, then Canggu's a good place to start. But if you're coming to Bali for 2 weeks, do not stay in Canggu the whole time. I would definitely recommend traveling around a bit more. And one of my other questions that I ask now actually is like, what is like the best 2-week plan for Bali? So I would recommend getting to the airport, coming to Canggu for a few days, and then I'd go to Ubud for a few days, over to Sanur for a couple of nights, and then I'd go over to the islands. So I'd do Gili Islands, Nusa Penida and Nusa Lembongan, but I'd stay on Nusa Lembongan because Nusa Penida is like, there's lots of things to do if you could travel over to it. And then I go down, like come back on the boat to Sanur, down, do Nusa Dua, Uluwatu, and then if you want to before you leave, come back up to Canggu and then go again. But then lots of people also ask like, oh, where's good for a honeymoon, or like if you don't want to move around a lot. I'd say the 2 like prettiest places in Bali are definitely Uluwatu and Ubud. So like stay around those, and they've got really nice resorts and like really nice touristy activities to do. Ultra switch, someone asked. So I'm not sure. I came really open-minded, so I didn't really know. I'd never been to Southeast Asia before. I didn't know what to expect, which I think was better that I didn't know what to expect. So yeah, the food's amazing over here, but it's important to note with Bali that it's like Canggu is so westernized as well. So to get like the full Bali experience, like we've been up north to Ahmed and stuff, and that is completely different. A lot of people also do speak English in Bali, so even though I'm trying to learn Balinese, I'll speak to them in Balinese and then they'll just speak to you back in English, which is really annoying because I do want to learn the language. But compared to other countries in Southeast Asia, I'd say like Bali's one place where there's the least culture switch. So yeah, I'm also looking to go to like Thailand and Singapore and things this year as well, so hopefully be a bit more. How long do you plan to live in Bali for, and do you have any plans after? One thing about Bali, no one has any plans. No one actually knows what they're doing with their life, I'm convinced. I think on Instagram it looks like all these people know what they're doing and they literally don't have a clue. But we have just got our KITAS, which means we can stay in Bali for 2 years now, and we're going to use that as a base for Southeast Asia and then travel around a little bit, maybe stay a little bit longer. I don't think we'll ever live in the UK full time again, but like in a few years maybe have like a house in the UK that we can pop back to. But yeah, I'd like to travel around a lot more. Dubai would be interesting to live in as well, but yeah, we're staying here for the first the next 2 years and traveling around a little bit for no plans afterwards really. Am I missing home? I am missing home, but next month hopefully my mum and dad are coming out and 2 people are living with me in Bali for 2 months as of next week. So I do miss home, but it's like, it's the people I miss. I don't miss England itself. Like I can't be dealing with the cold weather and stuff. So yeah, I do miss home. I really miss my dogs. I wish they could come out here with me, but I don't miss home. I just miss the people. I really want all my friends to get a flight out here so soon, but it's so hard to get a flight to Bali at the minute. Like you have to go like 3 or 4 different stops and they're so expensive. So I'm hoping as tourism opens a little bit more, it'd be easier to come out and people just pop over, and yeah, it'll be so fun. So how did you save money for Bali? I think that's supposed to say. So I graduated last summer and I did like a year-long placement in my 3rd year of uni, so I did 4 years at uni. Saved loads of money during my internship, and then I saved money over summer because we came out here in November, so I saved loads of money, yeah, just saving from jobs and stuff. Quick break, my take, if you're in Bali, you need to order from here. So it's called Goji Goji Vegan Bowl, and this is the crispy tofu teriyaki box, 25k delivered to your house, which everyone at home, that is £1.25. Comes with like veg, rice, crispy tofu, and it's so good. On to the money thing. Yeah, save money doing my internship, working over summer and things. I do also, it's my biggest question, like what do you do for work? How do you afford to live in Bali? So I do have my own marketing agency that I set up at the tail end of last year, which I earn money from. But like we're coming up to our 6 months in Bali now. We've changed our visas, sorting out tax and things, so I can't really give any advice on that, because as a foreigner, like in Bali earning money, it's so difficult. Like definitely get an agent if you're in the same situation. You have to pay taxes and things. You're okay for your first 6 months in Bali, but we're coming to the end of that period now. So yeah, another thing I get is, can you work in Bali? Like, it's literally impossible basically. Like you can't really get a job in Bali itself. It's really hard to. Obviously there's a few rarities, but the minimum wage in Bali is like £100 a month. So for like a foreigner, like that's just obviously like a lot lower than the country you're from. So not many people actually have jobs in Bali. They'll have their own companies online or work remotely for a company back in their home country. So yeah, that's what most people do in Bali. You literally can't work over here unless you get a company sponsor you. I think in other countries in Southeast Asia you can probably get like a job in a bar, but that's just not possible. I know people like, oh, not even a part-time job in a restaurant. No, it doesn't happen over here, which is good because they obviously keep all the jobs in Indonesia, and the locals get jobs and money and things, so it's a good thing. But as a foreigner you can't get a job over here. Is it worth coming while the pandemic is slowly sliding? 100%. Like even in the past week or so you can feel Bali getting so much busier. COVID, like you have to wear masks everywhere now, but COVID, there isn't really any restrictions. There was the PPKM, but that is easing now. So 100% would recommend come now. Outside of Canggu, like I said, it is a lot quieter and there are shops shut and restaurants shut, but it is nice because like I said, you get these like touristy areas to yourself. But it's nice as well because like the few restaurants that are open, you're spending money in and they're so grateful, which is super nice. So I wouldn't let that stop you from coming to Bali. It's still like an amazing experience, and there's like a bubble around Seminyak and Canggu, and it just feels, yeah, pretty normal over here. How did you find, this is another massive question I get all the time, how did you find accommodation? So we use Airbnb and booking.com. I know some people use Agoda as well, but Facebook groups are massive over here. So there's like one called Bali Community Housing, one called Cheap Bali Housing Rentals. People put villa posts, and you can also post yourself like, oh, I'm looking for a 3-bedroom villa or whatever in Canggu. That is like the biggest way people find accommodation in Bali, especially for long term. But obviously short term you can just use Airbnb and booking.com. And are you basing yourself somewhere and then traveling around? So the first 3 months we were here, we sort of did the whole traveling, like did all the east coast, a bit of the north, islands and things, and now we're like set living in Canggu, but I know what some people do is like base themselves in Canggu and then just do like little day trips around the island. So yeah, we didn't base ourselves anywhere in the beginning, but now we have. Best sushi restaurant in Ubud. There's one called Keioka, I think. Can't remember. So just editing this, just realised that we went to one called Toro Sushi in Ubud as well. But best sushi in Canggu, I would go to Sona. And on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, all you can eat sushi for 150k, which is like £7.50 at home. Super good as well. So yeah, really recommend there. What are the best clubs? That's where we're going tonight. Cheers. So, one of the big things over here is free flow for girls. So like we're going out soon, so I try this up, and you just sit and you get free drink. It's like bottomless brunch in England, but you don't pay. So good. So Shishi do that on Wednesdays. De Maria behind the green door. There's the Morabito villa on the beach, which is good. Velvet Room. Back again. We actually also went to Shady Pig for the first time on the weekend. Loved it there. It was super good, so recommend there as well. La Brisa do really good events as well. Favourite clubs in Uluwatu, Surveyor and Ulu Cliff House are so good. And Peggy Goo is at Ulu Cliff House on the weekend of Luke's birthday. I'm literally so excited. Broke the bank for a ticket, but so worth it. I actually cannot wait. So excited. Is it complicated to make a visa there? Visa on arrival, no, super easy. I don't even think you have to do anything before. It's literally a visa on arrival. You turn up at the airport, give over your whatever pounds, done. Other visas, I'm gonna say yeah if you're doing it on your own, so just go for an agent. We have used Let's Move Indonesia and Bali visas. I just can't even give any advice on it because I just let them deal with it, which is great, so helpful, but I can't be giving advice in that section. How do you make friends in Bali? So what I love about Bali is you can literally message someone. Like at home this might be a little bit weird if you're like in like your cliquey town groups, but you can literally message someone and be like, hi, do you want to go for a coffee tomorrow? And like, yeah, I'll see you at 10 for a coffee. And it's just like everyone is so, I'm like, I guess a bit shy in that, like I've never messaged anyone, but I love it when people message me and they're like, oh, do you want to go out tonight, do you want to do this? And yeah, it's just so nice, and people are more than happy to like make friends over here, and everyone's so lovely. So yeah, I'd say it's super easy. There's like a Girls in Bali Facebook group as well, which is like unreal for making friends as well. That's literally how I met my two closest friends. So yeah, they're really good. Is Nusa Dua good? Unpopular opinion, I don't actually rate Nusa Dua that much. It's just full of like these big bougie resorts, but nothing, there's no restaurants in Nusa Dua. Nowhere like cool to eat out unless you're eating in resorts. So I personally would just go up another 20 minutes and go to Sanur. And if you want a bougie resort, you can stay at the Hyatt or the Andaz, I think it's called. So many nice little fish restaurants on the front, like cheap drinks, like jet skiing, you go snorkeling, paddle boarding. I would choose that over Nusa Dua. What's the weather in December and January? It's rainy season, but I mean it's difficult because sometimes you can not get rain for a week in rainy season, and sometimes it can rain for a week straight. So it's still obviously amazing, and there is things to do when it's raining over here, so don't like rule it out. Is it easy to learn to ride a motorcycle? Yeah, I would say so. If I can drive a bike, I really do think anyone can drive a bike. You basically have to drive a bike over here. If you don't, I mean you could get Gojeks, but it's just like time consuming, you can't just pop out and get stuff. But you can get lessons. There's quite a few on Instagram, I can't remember exactly what they're called, but you can like book a few lessons. My housemate Courtney did that, and yeah, she just had lessons for like 2 weeks and got her own bike, and now she's fine on the road. So really easy to pick up. You could also, if you're coming from your home country, do a lesson there. So if you want to feel more comfortable when you arrive, just get on and go. But yeah, people always ask like how much I spend on stuff like that as well, and I have like a little scoopy and it's £30 a month, and to fill up a tank of petrol is £1, which I bet people at home are crying about that right now. So good. Do you have to be extremely alert because of pickpockets and scams, and do you see a lot of snakes? I've never seen a snake in Bali. I mean, I'm sure there is some, but I just haven't seen them. But I think like there's a lot of stories of people getting like their phone stolen and stuff when they're in Bali, but it's like in London, like you wouldn't walk around at night with your phone in your hand like after going out, like waving it around. You just be careful. So just like be sensible. If you're driving your bike, put all your belongings underneath. Yeah, just be careful. So I mean, I guess everywhere can be a bit dodgy at night. Like Bali isn't a dodgy or unsafe country. I'd say it's a super safe country, but you do just have to be careful, like anywhere. Cheaper things there. So I did actually make a TikTok on this, like what I spend in a month living in Bali. And like, I don't cook, I get my nails done, I get my eyelashes done, I go out twice a week, I buy coffee every day. So I guess it's like a very bougie lifestyle compared to what it would cost at home. And for like spending, going out, rent, bikes, visas, £750 a month, maybe. I mean, and that's pretty good if you're like a Westerner coming off that sort of wage. Obviously it's harder if you're local, so always tipping things, but yeah, you'd have a pretty bougie lifestyle for £750 a month, I think. So yeah, I feel like a lot of the other questions repeat themselves. People always in my DMs ask me questions and I'm more than happy to answer. So yeah, just give me a little message if you have any questions. I don't know, I said I'll do this every week, but I feel like it's been like 2 weeks since my last YouTube video. But next week I'll be vlogging because two people are moving to Bali with us next Thursday. How exciting. So yeah, if you have any more questions, comment, go on my TikTok, go on my Instagram and let me know.